What's up, guys? It's Matt again from You and Your Horror Movies, and it's another Top 10 Tuesday. And this week we are doing infection and disease films. I decided to go a different route a little bit. I went with infection and disease, but no zombie films. So, yeah, this one was fucking hard to do with no zombie flicks because a lot of zombie films are infection films. So, without further ado, let's go with my top 10 infection disease, no zombies. Ooh. Alright, number 10 is The Signal. This was a very interesting movie. It takes place, I want to say in, it's a weird city called Terminus. That's what it was. And a signal from outer space pretty much infects TV, radio, cell phones, everything like that. And people that are infected by this weird virus all of a sudden now go batshit crazy and they start turning on one another. So it's a bunch of survivors trying to survive the madhouse. And I found this really cool in particular cover. So yeah, number 10 is The Signal. If you've never seen The Signal, definitely check it out. It was a lot of fun. Alright, number 9 is, of course, Shivers. That's when I met Lynn Loreley here. Cronenberg's very cool infection, parasitic flick. Gotta love it. If you've never seen Shivers, try to find a copy. I think this is a burn copy that I got from her. I think so. But I don't think there is an official release of this film, so you have to get a bootleg. It's well worth it. Shivers. Very weird shit in that film. Alright, number 8 is Contamination from Blue Underground. Yeah, alien green guacamole looking egg sacs that make your chest explode. It's kind of also an alien invasion film too, because there's aliens putting out these sacs, and of course the humans are harvesting it and hiding it through coffee, which is pretty cool idea. I know a Blu-ray just came out on this, but I got the Blue Underground and I'm very happy with the Blue Underground version. So this made my number 8, and that's Contamination. Great film. Alright, number 7. This is an infection film, but it's also a dinosaur film, and that's Carnosaur. Now, the reason why it's an infection film is because the mad scientist, she is genetically engineering chickens, and they formed dinosaur eggs, but some airborne event occurred where women are being infected and popping out dinosaur eggs out of their damn vagina and making everybody else sick too. So people are dying from this disease, and women are giving birth to dinosaurs for no apparent reason. So yeah, I consider this an infection film, and I love Carnosaur. I love the trilogy, even the cheesy raptor one. Such a fun, low-budget dinosaur flick. So yeah, this made my number 7 for infection. Number 6, you can consider this an infection film, and that's called Attack of the Herbals. This actually was really good. I found this at a Blockbuster before it was closing, and pretty much it's a Nazi experiment with tea. And a bunch of slackers find this case on a beach. They find herbs and whatnot, and they make a tea out of it, and lo and behold, it's awesome. Then all of a sudden, they started selling it to save their father's post office. All of a sudden, people are starting to want more tea and want more and more and more, and kind of like an addiction. And if they can't have it, they start turning into nut jobs. These people are running around all over the place, attacking each other, biting each other, mutilating each other. The gore is actually pretty good. The acting is really good too. Kind of neat premise based on killer tea. Yes, Attack of the Herbals. If you can find this one, definitely give that a check. Alright, time for the next one, and that is the remake of The Crazies. Romero did the original, but I found this one better, a little more fast-paced. It kind of did well with the remake. I mean, went along with the original a little bit, but still a great infection film. The Crazies. If you've never seen The Crazies, Yeah, check it out. Even check out the remake. This is where the remake is kind of better than the original too, on my part. But yeah, the crazies. All right. Now for number 4, and that is Mulberry Street. I don't know why they put a zombie film. It's not a zombie film. This one is an infection film. People are getting bit by these rats, and the rats are infected. And of course, they infect humans and turn humans into these rat-like mutation creatures. And also, if you die by them, you're dead. You don't come back to life. So therefore, not a zombie. Which was, I don't know why they did that. But this is a very fun film. This was from, I think, number 2 of the After Dark Horror Fests. The second grouping. Really cool special effects. The rat-like creatures were, they ripped people apart. This is gory too. So if you've never seen this one, definitely check out Mulberry Street. And again, not a zombie film. Number 3 is Infection. This is a Asian horror film. I think it's Japanese. Pretty much, it takes place in a hospital, which is pretty cool. You got these bad doctors and nurses. They let people die. Another one comes in, and they kind of ignore him and throw him in a room, and they put these heaters on him to make him die faster because he has these weird disease. And they kind of just ignore him and leave him alone to die. Meanwhile, people in the hospital, the doctors and the nurses who did this, are starting to come down with this weird disease, and he starts turning into these green slime pools, which was really cool. At first, this was kind of slow, and I was really tired when I watched it, and I fell asleep. And of course, you got to read it, and when you wake up halfway through, you don't know what the fuck's going on. Had to rewatch it, and when I was more wide awake, it was great. I definitely enjoyed Infection. This is from the J Horror collection there. I think it's a collection. But anyway, this is my number 3, and that's Infection. Number 2, is 28 Days Later. Again, not a zombie film. This is more of an infection. People getting bit by rage-infested monkeys. Again, they get killed. They don't come back to life. Yeah, they may get shut up millions and millions of times, but it's all the rage that is pumping through their blood. Kind of like in Vietnam when they got shut up with all the drugs. They would just run, and you would keep shooting them, and they just would keep going. It's the same way. They were filled with all this rage, either getting bit to spread the infection, or it was bloodborne, where the blood got into people's mouths and their eyes, and they got infected that way. So yes, 28 Days Later, infection film, not a zombie film. Sorry. And my number 1, of course, is Cabin Fever. I thought this film was fucking awesome. How a flesh-eating disease can get so rabid and just destroy you. I'm gotta find part 2, and I need to get part 3. But I love the first movie. Eli Roth did a fantastic job putting the scare into this and how it is waterborne. And the ending, holy shit! The ending is just like wow. I love the ending of this film. Very cool. Gore to it, some cheesiness as well. I know this film got some hate back then. Nah, I loved it, and I still go by it. Cabin Fever, my number 1. So guys, that's it for my top 10 infection disease films without zombies. I said this was a bitch to put together because there's a ton of zombie films I wanted to put then. Maybe I might do a zombie infection disease top 10. That sounds fun. So anyway, my number 1 is Cabin Fever for the recap. Number 2, 28 Days Later, Infection. Number 3 is Infection. 4 is Mulberry Street. 5 is The Crazies. 6, Attack of the Herbals. 7, Carnosaur. 8, Contamination. 9, Shivers. And 10 is The Signal. Okay, hope you guys like this top 10. Let me know what you think. I'd like to hear your comments down below. Again, I tried to go with kind of the infection. Like there's so many different areas you can go to, like zombies. You can go like The Thing, where it's a parasite infecting everybody. There's a bunch of films of those, but these are the ones that I picked, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I'd like to hear from you guys. Thanks very much for watching, and later.